go.
All right. Happy Thursday. We got a lot to talk about, man. It's been a crazy week, dude. It's been a crazy week.
Elva.
Might have a special guest pop by a little later. Who could
We
that
might.
be?
We might.
Who could that be? We got to check the chat. Everybody was here. Who was here first? Lance.
Lance was in the mix.
Welcome in, Lance. It's good to see you, man. We're going to talk about everything, guys.
Who else is in here?
Well,
Let's see who else is in here.
Go ahead.
Kayla's in here. Thank you for supporting Powder.
Lance has already given us a agenda to talk about.
Yes. Lance is serious. J-Rock City. What's up, dude? Dolomite in the house.
Interestingly enough.
Mike G. What's up, brother? Eric D. Roll Tide, bro. Cats in the mix.
Hope everybody's having a good time, having a good week. It's a little chilly out there, man. The temperature bottomed out all of a sudden. Everybody doing okay? Staying warm? Running your water so your pipes don't freeze, that whole thing.
Drip your faucets tonight, people.
Yeah, it's going to get chilly. Is anybody, y'all expected to get snow up there? Snow? No?
Here in the Gump? No.
Powder?
No snow here.
A little powder?
Only in Miami. Oh,
watch
hey.
out.
A lot of new buildings in Miami. Oh,
that's nice.
Oh,
all
Tobias
right.
In the mix. It was 77 in Phoenix, you dirtbag.
Everybody's going to want to talk transfer portal. And we're going to get there, I promise.
Has something happened?
I have no idea why anybody would want to talk about that.
Why would anybody want to talk about the portal?
Transfer portal. It has been...
it's been so boring. There's been nothing happening in the portal. It's like, can something happen?
I think that's about to change.
There's been no movement anywhere.
What's up, David?
What's up, David Baker? Yeah,
all
Michael
right.
Irvin.
All right, so let's
what's up, Mike?
Should we jump in or should we we're gonna talk about racing in just a minute. I promise. We're gonna get there. The guy looks like Uncle Lou. It's Uncle Lou's it's Timu Uncle Lou. Timu Uncle Lou here.
That's me. Right. Sometimes I throw the aviators on.
We call him Uncle Powder around these parts there, Mike. So welcome in, Roll Tide Josh. I got everybody watching Cal Poly highlights. I bet you are. I bet you a lot of people are. We're going to get there. Hey, guys, I got some news for you. I know you guys love listening to podcasts when you're in your vehicle on road trips. Well, thanks to Jeff here, Powder, the Waaaay Offsides podcast is officially up on your favorite podcasting streaming service. So be sure to go listen to it. Give it a 5-star review. Let's get this thing off the ground. You find it on Spotify, Apple Music, all the things. Is that right, Jeff?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, you can find it there too.
That's correct. Now, look, I'm going to tell you, if you guys get too crazy in the chat, we're going to do our best to keep up tonight. We're going to steal a little bit from the Clint Lamb model. We will make sure we read super chats. So links in the description. Don't feel like you have to, but it helps the channel out. So what's up, Keith? How you doing?
Keith in the mix. Man. Bama boy, what's up, dude?
No need to worry. Courtney will get things right. Jay Walker, I think you're right.
Yep.
And
Jay Walker?
We're going to start there. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Alabama's portal strategy. It's been a little brutal the past couple of weeks. I understand.
Arthur. Dude, I got Arthur from the Miller's Edge. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, nice. What's up, Arthur? It's been a little brutal the past couple of weeks. There's no way around that. Like, I want to be very clear. Like, I try to be positive, glass half full kind of person. But Alabama's whiffed on a couple of big names. They kind of got played with the whole Hollywood Smothers thing. It sucked. No way around it. Didn't even get a look at Jacarius Peak. But Alabama's strategy overall and how they're playing this, I kind of like it, man. It's like they're playing the long game in the portal. Now, keep in mind that players have until tomorrow night, I think it's at midnight, to enter the portal. That's when it closes. However, teams can still get folks out of the portal after that. Okay. So Alabama still got plenty of time to do what they need to do. And the visits are starting to pick up. If you guys haven't been paying attention to the shorts, they've started to pick up. Now it's kind of a gut punch when you start losing starters to the transfer portal, right? It is. The initial reaction is like, what's going on? This sucks. And there's several different ways you can look at it to kind of explain it away. I choose production. A lot of the guys that Alabama's lost to the portal that were starters aren't producing very, very well. But kind of is what it is. Like, that's the nature of college football nowadays. It's going to happen. I will say, you guys have to understand that Alabama is being strategic in the sense that if a player is going to go to Texas and try to get Alabama or whomever else into a bidding war, they're just not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
And for them.
I think that's smart, given how Alabama has to handle their NIL. We don't have oil money. We don't have a ton of millionaires that are graduated from the school. I think that's smart, man.
I agree.
Absolutely, absolutely smart. So
I agree. It's better in the long run, I think, too. I mean, we're not going to, like you said, they're not going to go start swinging bags of money trying to outbid for a 1-year rental.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the way we're going to do business. And kudos. Like, that's the way it should be done.
Yeah. And there were, like Cam Coleman, there was a lot of excitement around Cam Coleman, but if it was going to come down to NIL money, Alabama was never going to get the guy. And it did. It ultimately did. It would have been nice to have him, but if he wants to come to campus and take a visit and Alabama gets to take a swing at him, they're not going to say no. So they played it, probably the best they could. And it wasn't necessarily a position of need anyway. It was more of a want as opposed to a need. We all know what Alabama needs, and they're working on it, Jeff.
They are.
They're working on it. What up?
Shout out Agent, another guy from Miller's Edge. I've been chatting up with Agent and Arthur in Miller's Edge in the afternoon. So
we got some big questions in here.
Thanks for hopping in, guys. Thanks for hopping in, and gals.
Yeah. Lance, that's great. Or Eric. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that question with Jordan Renaud. There's lots of rumors and things that we hear from people in chats. There's some people that just basically don't like Kane Womack and don't like Freddie Roach, and maybe that's what happened here. But that's a rumor. Like, there's nothing valid about that. It could just be he's unhappy with his fit in the program, or Alabama wasn't going to pay him what he felt like he was worth anymore. There are a lot of different things,
And that's his prerogative. If he feels he's worth more than we're going to pay, then it's his prerogative to go chase what he's worth. I mean,
yeah,
that's what we're all doing with our careers, right? In our jobs.
We balling on a budget, man. I mean, I'm not afraid to say we ain't got it like Texas. Like, I'm not afraid to say that. It's true. And I know people don't want to hear that in today's age, but it's the truth. We don't have that kind of money floating around out in an oil field somewhere. No,
we do not.
Alabama's got to be a little more selective and strategic about how they use their NIL. And I kind of like how they're doing it, because right now everybody is jumping on this. We got to go get 5th and 6th year guys because of what Indiana's doing.
No, Signetti's ruining this whole thing this year.
Well, I would argue, man, that yes, it's working this year, but is the sample size big enough for people to change their philosophies, like their roster plans and things like that? Like, is the sample size big enough is the verdict out to say, yeah, that's the new college football? Like, I knew when Indiana beat Alabama the way they did, people were going to go, okay, the blueprint's out there, but is it a big enough sample size for it to be a valid and reliable way to approach a roster?
Well, look, physics alone, okay, a group of 23 and 24-year-olds are going to dominate a team of 18, 19, 20-year-olds. It's just physics. It's a grown man versus a non-grown man. So if you load your team up with fifth and 6th year guys, they're going to be 23, 24, 25 years old. They're going to be way more physically developed. They're going to be NFL bodies. So you're going to run people through. And it is what it is. Miami's about to get boat raced, and it's not their fault. They're playing a bunch of NFL style bodies and mindsets. Not mindsets. They don't know what it's like playing the NFL, but like grown men. They're playing grown men. There's a difference. I mean, there's a difference. So,
look, to Mike's point here,
you just have to get the right ones.
Yeah, Indiana's the flip side of that coin, right? because I would challenge anybody saying that transfer portal is the way to go now to look at FSU 2 seasons ago and go, maybe it's not. How many transfer portal teams have we seen be super successful? This is kind of the first year where I felt like you've had multiple have really good success. Is it going to pay off in the long run? It may or may not, but something has to be said long term with the NIL for development, right? And I don't think it'll happen until it starts getting to the next level and starts impacting the NFL game. Once we start seeing underdeveloped quarterbacks, underdeveloped wide receivers, underdeveloped linebackers and edge rushers and all this that are having to play because there's just nobody else. TJ Finley's on his 7th school.
That's ridiculous. How does he keep getting waivers? They denied Chambliss, but they let Finley go 7 for 7. It's just a gimmick now. That's his gimmick. It's just a gimmicky thing.
I agree. And then you see, Ole Miss was the first, I think, portal success story real portal success story. Like Lane Kiffin's the portal king. We know that. Lane Kiffin is the transfer portal king. Ole Miss made it to the semifinals because of what Lane Kiffin built there. I know everybody's pissy about that. I know there's a lot of drama there, but ultimately it's because of how Lane Kiffin built that roster. But long term, we'll see if he's able to do the same thing at LSU because they're spending hella dollars right now.
But he'll be successful.
I think he'll have some success. I don't know if he's going to win a title.
Maybe not, but he'll win some games.
But it doesn't. Yeah, spending doesn't equal national titles. Look at Sark in Texas. Now, right now, dude, they're all in. They're buying everything up. LSU and Texas are buying everything up. I did a video on this earlier in the week. The economics of this don't make sense. They just don't. It's like inflation. Eventually, the bubble's going to bust. There's going to be donor fatigue. I don't care how rich your school is. I don't care if you have a Mark Cuban or this and that. Eventually, the bubble's going to bust because money's not finite, and this money is not cycling back into itself. So it will dry up at some point in time. And I think that'll be once donors get pissed. And this year in Austin, it's do or die for Sark. It's do or die. If he doesn't win one this year, he'll be an NFL coach the next season.
Agreed.
Because
he may anyway. If he does win it this year, he'll probably be in the NFL anyway. Yeah. He's already come out and said he's not. So you already know he's interested.
Yes. Where's that? Sorry, Lance. Sorry, get your comment out of here. And Mike, this is Mike, this is what I've been preaching. Alabama's philosophy is this. And Courtney Morgan told us. Now, this isn't to put a Band-Aid over any of the ouchies that Alabama's experienced in the transfer portal because they've
taken some hits.
Yeah, they have gotten hit. I don't want to diminish that. That has happened. Losing starters is never a good thing. However, Courtney Morgan told us on signing day that Alabama's NIL strategy was retention. And I know a lot of people were like, but what about all the transfers out, blah, blah, blah. The guys that they've brought in to this school, they've only lost one, and it was Micah DeBose.
Great point.
They lost one.
Strangely, is Micah DeBose. That was an odd.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Weird.
Whatever.
They lost a couple of guys that came in via transfer portal. Isaiah Horton being one, Cam Calhoun being one. Look, man, that's like taking back your cheating girlfriend. If they cheat once, they're going to cheat again. You know what I'm saying?
We better enjoy Ty Haywood this year then.
But my point is that, and then the counterpoint becomes, well, they're just going to develop players for them to leave in 2 seasons. Well, that's why when Jeff, all the recruiting interviews we did last year, right? Xavier Griffin, even Nick Abrams, who ended up going to Georgia, Jet Tamala. What did they talk about at Alabama that was super appealing? Even their families talked about it. What was it?
The bond, the family atmosphere, the family environment.
The culture, right? That is what, you're good. That is what this staff is trying to develop. That's what this staff is trying to develop to maintain retention of these kids that they're getting from high school. And I think Alabama's plan, again, they've whiffed on a couple, but Alabama's plan to go and supplement in the portal the way they're doing, especially with all the entrances that are happening right now. I mean, the portal closes tomorrow night, and visits are on fire for Alabama. We're going to look at a graphic here in a minute, and I'll show you the ones we know of right now. There's going to be plenty more over the next few days, but Alabama's on fire right now in terms of getting these guys.
I had to unlock the door.
That's okay, man.
Sorry. I heard the door banging, and I'm like, oh crap, I locked the door.
It's all right. It scared me a little bit. So let's bring this up, Jeff. Let's talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
This isn't, I'm going to get this off the screen for everybody. So this isn't definitive. Okay. It's changing. It's fluid. This is like recruiting, guys. Okay. Everything's fluid. Everything's going to change. But as of right now, what we've got looking at over the next couple of days is tomorrow is a big day for Alabama. All right. They're going to bring edge rusher Blake Purchase from Oregon in. He'll be there on a visit tomorrow, unless that's changed. I haven't checked socials in like the last hour. So there is the potential that that's changed. It's potential any of these have changed. Terrence Green, defensive lineman from Oregon, somebody I'm really excited about. He'll be in. I told you guys last week to start watching these Oregon players. There's going to be a few more that Alabama's going to get on campus for a visit. And then Ethan Fields, the interior offensive lineman from Ole Miss. Now, I just put TJ Daugherty on here because a lot of people got super excited about him today. The linebacker from Ole Miss, I think he's LSU, personally. I don't know that Bama even gets a visit. But the one I'm actually really excited about, and it's not a position of need for Alabama right now, but is Nico Brown, this wide receiver from Yale. Have you guys seen this kid? Dude caught over 1,000 yards last year, had like 30-something touchdowns.
30-0?
Yeah. I think I might be exaggerating a little bit. Let me bring up his actual numbers so I can tell you for sure. It's off the charts, man. Let's see, is 11 touchdowns. I exaggerated big time. So, but yeah, 71 receptions for 1,085 yards, 11 touchdowns. He averaged 15 yards. Huntington Beach, California. He's a senior, 6 foot, 185 pounds. Yale Bulldog, smart kid. Yeah, man, this kid reminds me a little bit of Puka, to be honest with you. And I'm really excited.
That'll be okay.
To get him on campus. Yeah, he would be a fantastic addition to this wide receiving room. AJ McCarron came out a couple days ago, yesterday maybe, and was discussing how Alabama needs to go after size in the portal at wide receiver. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that they have plenty of size on the roster. It's young, but I do like the way Alabama's approaching this. They played the waiting game. They're playing long ball here. Now, I'm not saying it's going to fix everything. They still got to get these guys in here, plug them in, get to work, and we'll find out. We're going to find out if this scheme that everybody complains about along the offensive line, we're going to find out if it works, but I'm looking forward to it.
There's only one way to find out if it works.
Is do it.
Do it,
Why
baby.
not?
Why not? You never know. You catch lightning in a bottle. All it takes is a yes.
Because I know everybody's probably like Cotton, shut up. So
I'm sure Lance wouldn't tell you that if he wanted
no,
to.
Lance would never tell me I was wrong. Lance, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I personally, with this staff, I'm okay with that. I saw what London Simmons did this year. I saw what Dijon Lee Jr. did this year. I saw what Michael Carroll did this year. I saw what Latsier Brooks did this year. I'm comfortable with the evals. Again, I'm not saying Alabama is going to be the greatest team in the country, but I am saying that they are returning one of the most talented rosters still, even with the exits in the country, and they know how to supplement it. They should still be competitive if they fix the offensive and defensive lines.
If they fix what needs to be fixed or start to build towards that, but I think that's the problem. Trying to run it back is not going to work.
Yes, Eric. But I think that's the problem, Jeff, is fans are lacking confidence that they can or will fix it, because we saw how bad it was 2 seasons ago with Jalen Milroe quarterback. And it was worse last year on the offensive side. The D-line got a little better, but everybody talked about how good that run defense was last year. There were games where Alabama's run defense was not good.
We sorely missed Tyler Booker this year. His value was sorely missed this year. The line wasn't beautiful in 23, but we missed Tyler Booker on the inside greatly this year.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Wait, shorts? I ain't made no shorts, man. I'm on here with you guys, buddy.
Don't
if
worry.
you get a short,
Okay.
let me know who's making shorts on our
You
account.
may have
Something's
scheduled
wrong.
one. You never know.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I forget what I do. Yeah, I do too. And look, you guys got to remember, I know that everybody wants to go get the Jordan Seatons of the world. They want to go get the Mason Wilsons. They want to go get the Ja'Carrius Peaks. I want those players too. Absolutely want those players. But with the amount of money some of these schools are throwing around, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
And I will say I find some solace, and I hate Georgia. Randy knows this. If Randy's watching, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it.
We love you, Randy. Not the Bulldogs, though.
So, Lance, look, hold on. Hold on. I want to touch on this. Lance, that's because, man, if I'm positive, I get a bunch of people complaining and moaning in the comment section that I'm being too positive. If I'm negative, I get a bunch of people complaining and moaning in the comment section that I'm negative. I can't win, man. I can't win.
You just never know.
These are the same people complaining about getting 3-star athletes out of the portal who want Curt Cignetti to be the head coach at Alabama, by the way. Just saying.
Curt Cignetti is not coming to Alabama. We already have a coach.
No, I know, but my point is what do you think he's got at Indiana right now?
Yeah, so exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Got you, agent.
Yeah, the people need to let Cignetti go.
Yeah, look, I'm going to keep it real with you. Here's as real as I can get. The talent is on the roster for Alabama to be competitive and make a playoff in 2026. If the coaching staff does not fix the offensive and defensive line, Alabama will get embarrassed and lose 6 games next year.
Easy. Yes.
That's it, man. That is the bottom line.
I cannot agree more.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. If they can run the football, like I know the story going in this, they're going to have a new quarterback, a very young offensive line. Sure, man. But I have faith in both Austin Mack and Keelan Russell to run the offense. I have faith in the running backs. You can blame it on running backs all you want to. That offensive line was dog water, straight dog water. That's the worst offensive line I've ever seen in Alabama. A couple seasons ago, I remember coming out of the Dick Saban's last year talking about the offensive line going, well, it can't get any worse than that. Wrong. I was wrong.
Guess what?
It got worse.
It got worse.
It got way worse. So,
man, Steve, that's a good question. Yes.
That's a good question. And I did a video about this earlier, Steve. I don't look, man, I'm just a dude in my house behind a camera. So I try not to call for coaches' heads. But it is very obvious to me and other Alabama fans that there are serious changes that need to be made in Tuscaloosa. Now, whether those changes are made or they're given one more year to kind of iron themselves out, we will see. Nothing's going to happen right now as Alabama's trying to lock down the rest of its portal class. But, you've got a 2027 recruiting cycle that's about to kick off. So you want to if you're going to have staff changes, you want to get them in there as soon as possible. I think it's a little bit of both. Since Ballou took over. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, you're right. I was going to go there. You're right.
Finish the thought. I've been talking
right there. When he got hired, it was him and another guy. They comboed it for a couple of years, and then that guy went to the Saints, I think. Yeah. They comboed it for a couple of years, and we were hearing about all the sports science and all this stuff, and somebody can run 23 miles an hour. It's amazing. Couldn't play football though.
Although
we had a good year this year. Kayla had a good year this year for Kentucky.
Scott, there's nothing new, and there shouldn't be right now. Because you still have the transfer portal open. Even when it closes, that's something you're going to want to keep close to the vest because you're still trying to go recruit. Sadly for Alabama, if they want to fire Coach Cap, O-line's a position of need for them. So, you want to make sure you have your O-line solidified before you make that move. It's a little dirty. I understand, but at the same time, that's where we are.
These coaches understand.
It's how the calendar is. Well, it's more dirty for the players. If you're going to bring in offensive linemen and they think they're going to be playing for Coach Cap and then you fire him, but it's really not their fault. It's the calendar's fault. So
true. So Tobias, was he the coach for the 2020 season or was it post 2020 season?
I thought he was post.
That's what I thought. But I could be wrong. But either way, 2020 season, we had Landon Dickerson pioneering that offensive line and cleaning people out.
Look, according to everybody else, there's an asterisk on that year anyway, so it doesn't count. Okay, stop ruining my points. Go back to your balmy 77 degrees, Tobias. God,
it's balmy. 2021. That's what we're going with here.
Yeah, 2021. All right, let's just say Dolomite with all the new pieces on the line. We'll give that group the opportunity to get on the same page instead of trying to mismatch patch. Yeah, man, I agree with you. And you're going to have the guys, the body styles, the fits, the evals that this coaching staff wants. So I do think that, I'm not saying they should. I do think they're going to give Coach Cap another year to figure it out. If it's as bad as it was last year, they're going to fire his ass right into the sun. Like, I mean, before the season ends probably. But go ahead.
Ooh, that DeBoer's risking a lot by thinking he's got the grace to say, hey, let's try to run. Let's see if he can work it out this year.
Sure.
He's going to have to make a bold decision at some point. I doubt that anywhere along the stops he's had to make a really bold decision because he's never been at this level. The stakes this high, the money this big, but he's here now. So at some point, to quote my man Longshore, he's going to have to make a bold decision, and a bold decision might have to be to fire your buddy Cap because
I agree.
He was a fireable offense. Like if I did that bad at my job for the whole year last year,
no kidding,
I would be poop canned, and that would be the end of it. So I don't want to hear that. I mean, if I'm not in there, but you hear stories coming out of the practices that the coaching, the offensive line is subpar, technique wise subpar. Like you said, Cotton, this is the worst offensive line I've ever seen here, and I've seen a lot of offensive lines. I go back to the 1990. That's my first year. Actually, 89 Iron Bowl was probably my first Alabama football game that I can consciously remember watching. And I lived in Idaho. So I've seen a lot of offensive line play, and I can't argue that what we just witnessed for 15 games was tantamount to a fireable offense.
Look, listen, and Lance is right, dude. It was so frustrating. I think it was after the Oklahoma game. I did a video and I took steals of a couple of offensive plays. Most of them were run plays, but literally they're at the line of scrimmage. Ball gets snapped. There's no movement. Dude, no movement whatsoever. So yes, some things have to change, but I do think still there's something to be said about them potentially trying to fit that square peg into a round hole. I mean, Caden Proctor is a perfect example. Caden Proctor needs to be playing guard. He, for whatever reason, he's going to go in the NFL and want to play tackle, but he should have come back and played guard. He should have moved to guard this year if they could have.
Listen, he got progressively worse technique-wise from his freshman year.
Sure.
He got worse. I mean, he won the award for the best blocker this year. I don't know, but his technique-wise and footwork progressively got less from his freshman year. Yeah, goes on a wheel route.
No, don't get me.
So I don't know. There's one thing that changed 2 years ago.
Look, he wasn't. Yes, he had bad games. He absolutely.
No, he wasn't bad. We're not saying he was bad. We're not saying he was bad.
Like if we want bad on Alabama's offensive line from 2025, we all know who was. Actually, we can say it now. Wilkin Formby was bad on that.
He was not good.
He was bad. Michael Carroll played much better football when he was in compared to Formby.
He was so bad that Jaden Roberts lost his job. That's how bad Formby was.
Yeah. But Gelato, my point was Caden Proctor didn't match the body style. He was too slow for what they want to do with their offensive line. Just too slow, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just too slow. They did. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. You're not wrong. The coaching staff did nothing to help him. They did nothing to help him. And that's why fans are talking about firing Coach Cap or wanting, Coach Grubb out.
Too. People call him Grubb's head too.
For that reason, because you can see it, dude. You can absolutely see it. So you're not wrong, but I think that Kalen DeBoer will likely, this is just my opinion, will likely give them one more season with his guys on the offensive line to see if they can right the ship. We'll see.
I mean, that's a risky play for Debo, but if he believes that Cap's the answer with the right people on the offensive line, the right kind of players,
we roll.
I mean, let's roll. But
I got no say so over it. So
it's not the choice. It's not the route I would go. But I'm not $1 million paid coach either. I've never coached a game in my life, so I'm just the couch quarterback.
Yeah, J-Bake, they putting up a new taco casa in College Station, man. That's what I heard. Just saying. So,
and who knows? Maybe Formby goes to A&M, and with the right coach and the right whatevers, he winds up playing well at guard or wherever they put him.
Yeah, Eric, we don't know that they have it. That's the thing is I'm saying, man, is they're not going to make a coaching change right now. And if they call Sam Pittman may not want to be in Tuscaloosa. That's something that we all have to accept, man. Look, there's a reason a lot of coaches didn't want that job when Nick Saban retired. The pressure is a lot. Look at how Alabama fans have acted in the last 2 weeks since the Rose Bowl. They are coming unglued. I literally saw an Alabama fan on X the other day tell me when we didn't get freaking Cam Coleman that enough was enough. He was done. He's now considering himself a Texas fan. Straight serious. Not like straight serious. Like we are being ridiculously emotionally unhinged about this. And
that video you did where you
dude, I was like, what?
Like, see you, man. We don't want to see it.
My animation is about that comment, not you. But we don't know that they haven't reached out to Sam Pittman. There's rumors out there. There are a lot of rumors out there that Coach Cap has already been fired. I don't know anything about that. I'll be honest. I think that putting it out on social media is detrimental. So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, I don't have control over what they do in the room. Jeff doesn't. You don't. So we just kind of got to roll with it, man.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And if Cap is the coach, offensive line coach, and we're stuck with that, then so be it. Let's go. I mean, we got to step in the ring and start boxing. Yeah.
Now, I agree with Gelato. We talked about this a lot in post-game.
But they knew.
Lives. Yeah.
They didn't have
they just didn't have it, man.
They didn't have the horses to tote the rock, and they didn't have the guys up front. And I think they knew that. So they ran the ball just enough to try to keep them honest, but they knew they were never going to run with these running backs and that line. Facts, Smitty. That's another thing, but anyway, but they knew they couldn't just go out and hand the ball off 45 times in a game because everybody demanded that we run the ball. So let's just go hand the ball off 45 times and gain 90 yards. Like they weren't going to do that because they knew they couldn't.
Yeah, it certainly is. You're right. You're right, Justin. A lot of it is right off for tax season.
Facts.
But what I've been kind of preaching is donor fatigue is real. You have to understand with college football, there is zero return on investment. There is not a return other than watching a college football team win a national championship. Hopefully it is a risky take. Phil Knight said before he dies, he wants Oregon to win a national championship. So he's dumping tons of Nike money into the program. They still haven't won one. Texas spends a crap ton of money. Forget rev share because ain't nobody following that. And the ones that are, but that's another thing. That's another story. We're going to get to it in a second, college football being broken. But ultimately, dude, at some point in time, the well's going to run dry because there's no return on the investment. So again, the money is not cycling. It can't just keep renewing. So if Texas goes and wins a national championship this year, finally it happened. Can they produce the funds to keep it going? What everybody's banking on is that if they win a national championship, they will have the credibility to recruit at the high school level like Alabama has for years, like Ohio State has for years, like Georgia has for years. It's not going to work anymore because college football's changed so much. There's not going to be teams. I don't care how much money you spend. You ain't winning multiple national championships in the same, back to back. It's not happening.
It's tough. Ohio State loaded. Guess where they're at? Watching from the house.
Yep.
Ohio State's going to have a shack ton of people drafted. They're on the couch.
So, Anyway, so all this portal talk, man. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back, Jeff. Is that cool? All right, thank you.
I feel like Garth in Wayne's World. Thanks. I like to play. Yes, Texas is always going to be shoveling money. They're always going to be throwing bags at people. You know what's here's what's disappointing to me about the guys that go there. It's like that you're not carving out a legacy for yourself. You're just another guy at Texas. You're just another guy there. You're just another guy there. Why not go, I'm not saying come to Alabama. I'm saying why not go somewhere where you can, I don't know. These guys that are hired guns each year, they don't care about legacy. They don't care about what their legacy is left behind in the sport. If you're jumping around that much, but I mean, why go be just another guy at Texas?
Knock knock. Are you there, Jeff?
Oh, we have a guest here this evening. Well, who might
He's
this be?
Mr. Portal.
Mr. Portal.
What are you doing, Jeff?
What is going on there, Mr. Portal?
Mr. Portal just flew in from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, eh?
I was in Austin yesterday. I go to Baton Rouge. You see all my money in my picture?
You must not have gone anywhere else but Austin.
Eugene don't want me no more. They spend too much money. They say, no, you stay away. They lose a lot of their players everywhere else. But Mr. Portal is having a fun time right now. My job is, I'm like Santa Claus. Christmas ends tomorrow for me.
Uh-oh.
It's been a good
That doesn't mean you're stopping.
Chat. Let me ask you a question. Is Mr. Portal slightly racist? See or no?
TikTok. I'd say no. Scared.
Chat.
So, Mr. Portal, why do you they say that the portal ends tomorrow, but we all know that nobody cares what the rules are. So, where's your next stop?
Oh, well, like I say, almost done. Lane Kiffin, him and he had me on speed dial. So we still have to do some work together. He's got a lot of guys coming to visit over at the LSU, the Tigers, as they say. But I saw a lot of guys that I paid for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss last year. They really pissed off. They really mad because Ole Miss paying new guys to come in more than their old guys, and now they are leaving. So I go other places to do deals for them. It's been crazy.
I mean, it's busy times. There's like 10,000 players in the portal, so you're busy.
It's very, and most of them stay in the portal. Yeah, I have to go buy new property, lots of beds. So, we feed them wet dog food. It's fine.
So there's not that many roster spots and scholarships open. So what do you do with all the leftovers? Once the rosters are filled, you're going to have about 4,000 people.
Yeah, they do my yard work, and then we make them we pay for them to go become insurance and car salesmen.
Well, they're gonna need something to do because there ain't 10,000 roster spots.
I see question about Mr. Richard Young.
Richard,
Mr. Richard Young. Him was at Alabama. He's safe. He's in the corner crying a little because no one called him yet. So he,
they're about to.
Great idea, King Mario. Great idea. I will look into it before Mr. Portal come and visit again. Great idea.
You never know when Mr. Portal is going to show up.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of cold, so he sounds a little bit like Cotton. It's okay. I'm not Cotton. I promise. Fingers crossed. Would I lie to you?
Never.
No.
Nobody lies in the portal.
Wait, La Migra. They're talking about La Migra in chat. Mr. Portal got his papers, friend. I'm good. USA. Okay, Jeff. Well, thank you for having me. I've got work to do. I got to take Lane more money.
I hear your phone buzzing. That must be the Lane train right now.
Yeah, it's the stripper with the monkey in Texas. I'll be back. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for having me.
Good night, Mr. Portal. Oh, Mr. Portal. It's always fun when he stops by. It's always fun when he stops by.
What I missed?
What's going on in the chat? I think we have a Texas fan in here.
We got Texas
used
fan in
to.
here.
Jay Bakes throwing Jay Bakes throwing haymakers in the chat here at somebody. I think there's a Texas fan in the mix.
Oh, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. Welcome to all who come to this happy place or whatever it is Walt Disney said. All right.
You just missed Mr. Portal.
Yeah, did I? That goofy guy. What's he up to? What'd he say?
Lane was blowing his phone up, so he couldn't stay long. He had to go.
Yeah, I
muted
bet he
him
was.
once, and then it kept ringing, and he was like, "I got to take care of Lane. He's freaking out."
Yeah, I bet he was. There's a lot of guys. Lane's trying to get out of Oxford right now. So, chat.
What?
I think I know what the answer is going to be, but Jeff, I'm going to ask you a question. Chat, I want you to answer the question and go ahead and just roll it out there to me. Is college football broken? Don't just give me a yes or no. I need you to provide reasoning behind your answers.
It's not college football anymore.
No, it's somebody called it mercenary football, and
it's mercenary pro league is what it is. The MPL. I'm copywriting that right now. The mercenary pro league, because that's what these are. They're hired guns. They're mercenaries, and this is a professional league now. These are multi-millions of dollars that are at stake that people are dumping into these things. These guys are getting paid higher than NFL players. Backups are getting paid higher than NFL players.
Yeah,
I mean, it's silly. It's silly.
Yeah,
college is the furthest thing from the center of this, and that's what used to make this sport what it was the institutions, was the fact these guys are just students in school playing football, and then it shifted, and then it shifted, then it shifted more, and now the institution, the school, is nothing more than the host.
Sure.
It's nothing more than the host. Now, I'm not saying that nobody gets an education or none of the players get an education. Obviously, graduation, you see guys graduating all the time. You see the coaches getting their pictures taken with them when they graduate. But the 1 year guys, the hired guns, they're not even going to class. Why?
Caden,
Why would you go to class?
Caden, which guy, Caden? Which guy? Hold on, let me bring the graphic up. Is it one of these? Is it Terrence Green?
Hold up. Breaking news.
Terrence Green. I'm assuming that's who it is. Jeff, can you fix that?
Wait.
Let's get to the super chat really quick.
Is there breaking news?
There is. We'll find out in a minute. But thank you, Tobias, for the $5 super chat. This is a great illustration of how the NIL mindset can bite you in the ass. And he says the lesson with the Ty NIL story is Miami is dependent on transfer quarterbacks. True. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, Miami offered Ty Simpson, this is per Ty Simpson, around $6.5 million to forego the draft and come to Miami for a year. He says there's no viable transfer options, nor do they have a high school quarterback on the roster. Oh, no.
Why do you think they threw $6.5 million at somebody who wasn't in the portal?
Yep.
Nobody's talking about the fact that Ty wasn't even in the portal and somehow got offers from 3 different schools for a large sum. So explain that to me, who's not in the portal.
I bet you they absolutely hate that Diego Pavia didn't get another year, man.
This is interesting. Oh, that's right. The NCAA can't even enforce their own rules, so nobody gives a rip what they say. You can't do that. Get out, man. Beat it.
Hey, as well,
exactly
just so you guys know, Nick Brooks, the Texas offensive lineman, is in Tuscaloosa tonight as well on a visit. I don't see anything about the Oregon guy. What are you guys talking about?
Hang on. Who said the Oregon guy committed? Caden. We need receipts.
Caden might just need chat. Somebody help me out.
Thank you, Steve Taylor. Agreed. They're completely useless. They organized the basketball tournament. That's about the only thing they're good for. Like in terms of the sports.
All right. Anyway, NCAA is useless. Absolutely. They are useless. I mean, hey, and I don't know if you heard from the Georgia president yesterday, President Moorhead. He came out and said, look, man, he was mainly talking about rev share, people not following the rules, because it's obvious that people aren't following the rev share rules. You guys know the $20 million cap. He said, look, if that's the case and these rules can't be enforced, we have to look at leaving the NCAA. Talking about Georgia. Well, obviously Georgia's flagship program, if they do that, if they could convince a school like Alabama to follow suit, Tennessee, LSU,
they're all coming.
Which, I mean, there's the potential that at some point in time, you're going to see super conference, and it's going to be the SEC and the Big Ten. I think that's where we're moving to pretty quickly.
Well, that's where it should be. Look at the playoff teams every year. Look who's in the mix every year. It's SEC and the Big Ten is usually who's left.
Okay, you talking about the Utah guy, the guy that went to
Miami just happens to be in there.
Must be talking about the Utah guy. Who's your Dave? Who's your Dave? I love that. Look, man, I will say the Hoosier thing is cool because you can just do like who's your daddy, who's your mama.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
The fact that you're running people through on the football field's
yeah, I need you guys to chill out, man. Like take your foot off the gas a little bit.
No, I need them to blow them out too, so people get off Debo. You know, nobody was.
So you want?
Nobody was saying Lanning's seat's hot because he got blown out.
Well, no, they're not. But look, man, somebody I forgot his name. He did a breakdown of what Indiana's doing defensively on X. I saw it earlier. It's some crazy high level stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good stuff. So with that, let's talk about natty predictions here.
Natty predictions for what? Basketball?
No, the college football playoff national championship. Did you forget there was another game?
Oh yeah. I thought you yeah.
Did you just
I think everybody knows who everybody's gonna predict is going to win.
You might be surprised.
True.
You might be surprised.
True.
Okay. Who are you picking, chat? Who are you picking? Oh, Justin Renaud to Ole Miss. Okay, cool. That's great. Good for him, man.
Jordan repaid to Ole Miss. Oh, Jordan Renaud. Okay, I thought you were saying.
Yeah, Jordan.
Like he repaid by going to Ole Miss.
I'm not worried about that. Good luck to him.
So, I was had high hopes for him. That one caught me off guard. I was thinking he was in line to
me too.
Get 1 reps. So
yeah, that one didn't make a lot of sense.
Crazy.
All right, Steven says Indy wins 27-14. Look,
I think it'll be worse than that.
In my opinion, yeah, if Indiana wins this game, they're blowing the doors off of them. So based off of what I looked at today defensively from Indiana, Carson Beck's going to throw like 3 picks in this game, man. I'm talking like 48-17, maybe.
I mean, I know Miami's got good defense, but
they got a good pass rush.
They
got a good pass rush. If Indiana can figure out how to neutralize that, now that's the thing, man. If Miami can get, Bain and those guys can get pressure on Mendoza, they may be able to keep them in it, but dude, the way Indiana disguises their coverages and where pressure's coming from, Beck is going to be in hell all night.
He's going to have a problem.
So, you should still watch King Mario. You should still watch. Hey, listen, man, there's nothing. I'll admit, man, I hated that Alabama wasn't there, but watching Indiana absolutely boat race Oregon, it did make me feel a little bit better. So, and I'll tell you,
feel a lot better.
King Mario, I made this point not long ago. Look, just a little cherry on top for you to help you feel better. If Indiana beats Miami, okay, Alabama in the past 4 years in the postseason will have lost we'll go back to 2022, right? They will have lost to Georgia, national champion. They will have lost in the Rose Bowl to Michigan, eventual national champion. They will have lost again to Michigan, defending national champion, right? And then
see a pattern.
What's going to happen this year? They will have lost to Indiana, eventual national champion. I just saying, I know that is like mega ultra cope. I understand. I'm with you, but it does take the sting off a little bit. A little bit.
I mean, we've seen Saban blow people out before too, and they moved along to the next game in the next year or whatever, and kept playing football. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to keep on playing football.
I think we all thought A&M was going to take Miami out of this thing.
I was never sold on A&M. They didn't have to play really any of the tough SEC teams, and Marcel Reed was an accident waiting to happen. Whenever he got the first team that got in his grill, they were going to bow out.
Signetti equals Pete Carroll. Oh, damn. Okay, Jay.
Just because they're both pushing 70, or Pete Carroll is 70, but Sig's pushing it.
Yeah, that's my point, Army. I agree with you 100% there. But look, listen, again, just to kind of, before we start wrapping up here, I just want to reiterate that Alabama right now, again, let me try to balance this out for those of you who want me to absolutely crap on everything and those of you who want me to be sunshine and rainbows. Alabama has absolutely dropped the ball in this portal class early. They dropped it. They got their butts handed to them. They got embarrassed. The whole Smothers thing was super embarrassing. I don't even think they needed to be fooling with that dude. Kim Coleman was another slap to the face. If they knew they weren't going to be able to get him, I personally would have been like, nah, man, good riddance. All of that sting right off the Rose Bowl, losing some of your starters like Quay Russaw, things like that. I say starter, but Quay Russaw kind of lost his job to Yanze Pierre, who's coming back, by the way.
Amen.
But what Alabama's done up until that point, they understand the three areas they had to get better was defensive line. That includes the pass rush, offensive line, and special teams. So far, they are addressing all of those things. So I have confidence that with that, what they're supplementing, this young roster, it's very young in 2026, but my gosh, it's talented.
Like I'm going to pull up a graphic in a minute, show you how young that roster
let's bring
is.
that up. Yeah. You want to bring that up, Jeff?
Want to bring that up now? All right.
Thank you.
So we can actually see how young the roster is. There's a lot of young bucks on this roster.
Yeah, here you go. And again, if those of you who watch our uploads, you've seen this before. Jeff cleaned it up a little bit and made it look prettier. But
it looked fine. I just lined up a couple margins.
I appreciate you. I don't care about margins. You remind me of that teacher from.
That's the yin to the yang. It's the beauty of the relationship.
But so Alabama, straight off the top, looking at the offensive side of the ball, they need a wide receiver. They still need a couple of offensive linemen. I think they're going to get those. Would not be upset to see them to get another running back, but if they keep Kevin Riley, I'm fine with what they have. It's young, but there's a lot of talent back there. Tight ends, Alabama. We don't need any more damn tight ends. We are
12
fine.
tight ends.
Yeah, we are okay.
Oh my gosh,
we don't need any more tight ends.
This isn't the 2000s Patriots.
Over to the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, Alabama's strength in their defense is going to be their secondary in 2026. Alabama, I think, just looking at it, especially considering what they're bringing in, you got a couple of guys who may be able to make early impacts as freshmen if they can see the field. Alabama brings back an absolutely stacked secondary that is going to be the best in the country. It is an elite unit. You get the news, Bray Hubbard's coming back. You're going to get Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. back, Keon Sabb back. Ivan Taylor's coming back. Zay Mincy's coming back. It's going to be bonkers.
Bray may even be down in this linebacker group before it's all
he
said
might
and
be,
done.
depending on what we do in the portal. Linebacker, again, very young. Very, very young. There's going to be a lot of inexperience at the linebacking position. What? Who said something stupid?
Smitty's Tobias is cracking me up.
Is he being mean? I feel like he's being mean. I can't see.
He's just being honest.
Right I can't see the comments right now, so I'm like, are they making fun of me? Did I
No. He's talking about Quay and James Smith.
Oh, never mind. I know where he's going with that. I don't need to see the comments. But linebacker edge room is very young. Now, I think Xavier Griffin, we had him and his mom on the show a couple of times.
Boss.
I think that dude's going to come in, and it'll be interesting to see how they use him. But I think Zay, if he's as advertised, he needs to put on a little bit of weight. He's already on campus.
He's solid. He's solid.
Yeah. I think before he leaves Alabama, and I think he'll finish his career at Alabama pending something crazy, he will be drawing comparisons to Jihad Campbell for sure.
This is a bad dude.
I'm excited
He's
about
built right too. Mind and his body.
He is. I really like this Caleb Woodson guy from Vatech. I mean, he's not going to move the meter for you, but he's a solid addition. And like, again, you get Yanze Pierre back, but looking across the board, everything's pretty young.
I see a lot of FRs on there.
The
stars mean that they're part of this year's class, that they're 20, that they're here now.
Yeah.
Next this year's class. That's a lot of FRs. But I like that there's this many already here. So they can go through spring, they can go through spring practice, they can get already on campus, they can get acclimated to the campus, to the weight program, or whatever this program is in the S&C world. But it's good to have them here. The more the better, so they can just get and bond. They can get together and roommates and practice together and work out together. And, this is going to be them for the next 10 months. Yeah.
Especially when you go down and look at the defensive line position. Alabama got gutted at that bandit position. They got absolutely gutted. You're bringing in Nolan Wilson, Jamarian Matthews. Maybe those are some guys that can fill in. I think maybe Devin Tompkins can play there a little bit. The USC transfer. Have you seen that guy?
Is he inside or outside technique?
I don't remember, man, but he's absolutely huge. I got to go back and look at my notes, and I don't have them pulled up.
And there could be some guys still added to this list. You know, there might be some guys on two teams that are still have a game to play.
Sure. Yeah, that's something else to keep in mind. You still got Indiana and Miami who are going to have a ton of portal exits.
Because they get an extra few days.
Yeah.
Because of the schedule, right? Don't they get like 3 or 4 extra days after
that's what Clint said. So I asked Clint specifically on his show, and that's what he said. So, but don't sleep on Henry. Kind of excited about him. But Alabama's got a couple of guys that are going to be on campus this weekend. They're going to get more. I do believe early next week. I think you're going to see kind of a flood of portal options come to Tuscaloosa. Now they're not going to be ones that you're going to be writing home to mama about, but Alabama doesn't need that right now. They've got talent. They just need depth. They need depth. The lines right now, I'm still concerned about them. I'm still not at peace with the trenches. I don't know if I will be, even if Alabama could have the best players in the country at both sides based off of what I saw last year. I got to see improvement before I can get on that train. Spoiler alert, I probably won't be picking Alabama to win the national championship next year.
This might be the first year in like 5 years.
I know. I'm gonna have to
feel 30.
But
I really like this Kendrick Bingley Jones. I like his attitude going in, where he kind of was like, "Hey, I know I'm not the sexy name. I know I'm a low star or 3-star guy. I'm here to work. Like I'm gonna earn my keep here." So I like that. Don't pay me nothing. I'm here to work.
Yeah, I do want to encourage you guys too. I saw a workout video of Caleb Smith, and I'll be honest, I immediately, the minute I saw the video, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to be getting ragged in the comments. The Washington transfer.
Yeah.
And sure enough, man, Alabama fans are under there. I actually recorded it and shared it to X, but Alabama fans were under there just eating this kid alive.
Give him time.
Don't do that shit, dude. Like, seriously, don't do that. Keep in mind, we're not talking about some guy that's commanding $2 or $3 million. Like, this is a kid just trying to get an opportunity to go somewhere and be better. So,
Gelato, thank you for the super chat, brother.
Do I think Alabama will cut down on high school players and focus more on the transfer portal in the future? No, I don't. I don't, because Courtney Morgan said that they won't. They're focused on retention. Again, I'll say it until I'm blue in the face, man. The guys that Kalen DeBoer and Courtney Morgan recruited out of high school, they've only lost one of them, and it was Micah DeBose. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I think you're right.
It was Micah DeBose. They've retained everybody else that they brought in. Keep in mind that even this class can come in and still jump in the portal. The early enrollee guys, they can still jump in the portal. They've got kids that want to come in and build their own brand of Alabama football. They want to build their own legacy. And I think they're being allowed the opportunity to do that. They're building their own culture. I think there's 2 ways you can go about this, man. And that is buy a national championship via the transfer portal. That's risky, but so is, there's risk involved with doing it via the way the high school. I know that I hate Georgia. You don't like Georgia, but to an extent, you have to respect the job that Kirby Smart's done. He's doing the same thing, man. It's the same approach. It's the exact same approach. And so I'm fine with doing that. If Alabama and Georgia go to the wayside because of NIL, I can live with that. I can live with the fact that for college football to kill Alabama, it took allowing schools to spend $50-60 million a year. I'm okay with that. Now, I'm not going to be the one to sit here and tell you Alabama wasn't buying players before. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't know that they didn't either. I'm just saying,
indirectly.
When I worked at the athletic department, you saw a lot of Camaros running around campus. Is all I'm saying.
Accident.
But I mean, dude, I like the approach. I think Alabama needs to be more aggressive with some of the big names. I think they do. But I think there's, paying a tackle $2 million or paying a Jordan Seaton $3.54 million. I don't know that they're ever going to do that when they can go get one for $500,000 who's solid and do the job. And then they've got guys that they can develop into first round draft picks, hopefully down the road. And so I don't see it. Like, dude, Alabama doesn't have the NIL collective that a lot of other schools have. They're not poor. They're not broke. don't listen to the trolls and the I almost said burners. Oh, my bad.
Whoops.
And the burners, like, don't listen to them, man. But ultimately, there are schools that financially are way better off than Alabama is. But there's a lot of variables that go into it.
Why in the world
the right
is that guy asking for $3.5 million? He was the anchor of one of the worst offensive lines in college last year. Anybody watch a Colorado game?
Yeah, he's at Mississippi State visiting today.
Who he is?
Jordan Seaton. Yeah,
he was at State. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine.
But I know, but I'm like, what?
Now maybe he's going to be good. Maybe he's, but he was terrible at Colorado, or maybe I didn't watch enough games. Maybe he was good and the rest of the line sucked. I don't know.
He was a freshman, so
but yes, I mean he was highly rated coming out.
Yeah, he was the number one offensive lineman in the country. But yeah, look, ultimately, wrong thing. Ultimately, I'm not against the way the staff is handling this. Courtney Morgan has built rosters, national championship rosters in other places. So I have faith in him, and we're starting to see like that initial shock and awe that looked like it was just going to drown Alabama. We're starting to see them come out of that right now. The trajectory looks up in terms of getting guys on campus and actually being able to take a swing at some of these dudes. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It feels a lot like how they approach recruiting. Now,
keep in mind, there's some talented guys coming in. There's top 2 recruiting classes coming in.
Sure.
And he can develop.
Yeah. If we get into halfway through the 2026 season and you start seeing that quarterback regression again, or we can't run the football, we'll be having a different conversation. But, I'm willing to give this staff another year.
They deserve a chance to do this with the team they built.
Yeah. And it's a very vital year. It's a super important year for Alabama. Very important year for Alabama 2026 will be, because there are no excuses after 2026.
I didn't see a whole lot of Saban players on that list, on that roster we just went over.
Like 2 or 3 left, I think.
I mean, seriously, like, okay, this is now we can get a fair barometer of what this is. 20-8 while trying to mesh 2 completely different styles of roster construction is not a bad job. Now, is getting blown out 3 times this year acceptable? No. That cannot happen again. Cannot happen again, or he's out.
But I will say, if you remember, scheduling FSU to open this year, it wasn't a smart decision. Luckily for Alabama, that's not how the schedule sets up for them next year. Now, that SEC 9-game schedule is going to be brutal. It's going to be worse than it was this year. But, it's set up for them to kind of get some reps under their belt, figure out who they are, make those adjustments that hopefully we will see. Look, I think it was Chris Stewart who said after the Rose Bowl, he was in the locker room and he heard a coach say, look, we covered it up and put a Band-Aid over it as long as we could, talking about the lines. And they knew that the lines were not where they needed to be. And we're seeing the coaches go out there and address. They went and got the Irish kicker, Lorcan or whatever. I'm excited about that dude, by the way.
The luck of the Irish is on our side now.
Yeah, brother hitting 55-yarders. Come on down.
Come on now. Nice musty.
Dowd's gone. They go get a new punter. You're starting to see. They go get Ty Haywood.
They got a new long snapper.
Yeah.
Like they've rebuilt the special team unit. They're the specialists.
Yeah, they're addressing the problems. They are addressing the problems. So
now this is going to look completely different offensively next year. We're gonna have so many. The receivers are the only thing that looks really familiar.
Yeah, fingers crossed we get Delgatti. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
We get who?
Delgatti. He's the Cal Poly center, I think. A lot of people are like, Cal Poly, what? Bro, you go watch this dude's film. He's a mauler, man. He's not huge, but this dude could play some football, man. He'll put a dude in the dirt. I like him a lot. He's got a nasty streak to him, man.
Would he be a depth piece for Strayhorn?
I don't think so.
Because don't they both play center?
Strayhorn can, but you got to think you lost 3 centers. So
yeah, we did. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, Delegate is a center. He is.
Delegate. What did I say something wrong? Did I say the wrong thing?
No, you said it right.
Lance corrected me when I'm right. Yeah, he'll be a starter. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
I
making moves.
Is he really that big? I thought he was smaller. I might be thinking of somebody else, man. I might be thinking of Strayhorn. How big is Strayhorn, Bama boy?
I don't think he's that tall. Based on the pictures with Cap, he's like the same height as Cap because he looks just like Brailsford when you first see him. 6'4", see 310. That's a good size. That's good. That's size enough to push and size enough to pull. If you need to get out and pull on a sweep or something. But if we're just, like I said, I'm hoping that the playbook's a little different. You know, maybe we can get a little creative in the running game now that we've got new pieces here, and you know, some new running backs in there, and who, you know, maybe we can find something here. Maybe we could catch lightning in a bottle. It's happened before.
Sure.
Yeah, so Strayhorn's a freak athlete. Kelsey isn't that big, I don't think. Yeah, Kelsey isn't either. He's not. He's leverage. Kelsey would blow you up with leverage. Clint said he's 6'3", 319. Ooh.
God, dog, I didn't realize he was that big.
That's a hoss, man.
And then, okay, there we go. See, yeah, maybe I was thinking about Strayhorn. If you look at him, he doesn't look that big on tape, man. Maybe.
No, he looks short. I wouldn't have guessed he was 6'2". I would have said about 6 foot.
Well, give it to me, baby. So, all right.
Yeah,
that's going to do it, man. I'm tired, man. I don't feel good. I had a hospital visit this week. I need to go to bed. You guys okay with that?
Chad, are you guys ready to go?
Guys, can I go to sleep? Please. I need your permission. I need your permission.
Michael's gonna be texting me in 2 hours, something random. I'm gonna be like, where you about to be asleep?
I'm be making shorts. Yeah.
Welcome to a midnight short. They're called midnight shorts.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna call that quits. Hey, make sure, like I said, let's pay some bills here really quick.
He's the boss.
If you're new here, make sure you go ahead and lock in with us, man. We do shorts and long form content all day. We do live shows on Thursday nights. Recruiting season's right around the corner. We're already lining up interviews. I've reached out to Elijah Haven to see if maybe we could get him on. I don't know if that's going to happen though. They're kind of keeping everything close to the vest. It's the number 1 quarterback in the 2027 class, by the way. Trending towards Alabama right now. Uh-oh.
Trending.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, Jeff, again, thank you for your hard work getting us set up with podcast streaming and all that, man. I appreciate you.
Go follow us Spotify.
Yeah,
wherever
leave a 5-star review.
Listen to your.
Yeah. Somebody leave a 5-star review about how
Please.
good of an Uber driver we were. just random. I don't know. Oh, my goodness.
Just to leave something.
Yeah, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. We do everything everybody else does. We just try to make you laugh and have a good time while we're doing it. It's Waaaay Offsides. Waaaay Offsides, 3 A's. Excuse
3
me.
A's.
4 A's. 3's not enough. I told you I'm tired. 5's
Yeah,
too
it's been a long day.
4, just like in the word Alabama. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Praying for you. Hope you're praying for us. As always, read your Bibles, wash your hands. Horns down. Beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide. 3, 2. That we're still live.